All right, time now for Join News Interactive. Aisha Ibrahim. Welcome once again.
Thank you, Israel. And it's time for the interactive segment. Join the conversation via all our social media platforms. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/joinnewsOnTV. On Twitter, it's at joinnewsOnTV. And on WhatsApp, the number is 0560-800,000. And let's have a very sweet conversation. Now, last night's presidential town hall debates did not go down, with the usual euphoria which normally characterizes that event. 3 out of the 7 presidential candidates participated, only 3 out of the 7 in the debate, which was organized by the IEA. Question: did you make time to watch the debate? And did the absence of the candidates from the NPP and NDC determine your level of interest in the debate?
I think that the essence of the debate is to basically attract voters. And since I've already decided, I don't think it will be much relevant to me. Besides the 2 major parties weren't taking part, so I don't think those who competed would have made any much impact on my decision.
I think the debate is of relevance and it's of essence. However, the way the whole program was marred with, people trying to tarnish the organizers as being biased or trying to not to hold them to as a credible institution to undertake such program, have adversely have impact on the programs in its total sense. And so for me, I would have watched it though, but then I think that because of the way the whole issue surrounding it about the organizers having to be not credible enough to hold the program and all that, reduce the interest to which we would have attached in trying to listen to the debate or to listen to the policy that would have been rolled out from the debate.
Could have watched it because if I'm to vote, I would go for policies. As a student, I would go for policies because definitely either MPP or either of the parties wouldn't give me something physical or something really beneficial except good policies they can bring in place. So as a student, maybe I would like to hear, for instance, we have the change of maybe polytechnics into technical universities. Maybe more of those things, I would like to listen and hear such policies. That's all.
The 2 major political parties were not part. So me, for one party, and since one of the 2 of them weren't present, I don't think it would have made the debate interesting. If they were to be there, things would have been easy and people would have watched the debate. Yeah, that was why I wouldn't watch it.
So interesting comments from the streets. Let's see what people are saying on Facebook.
All right, and on Facebook you can see our new cover photo.
Right.
That's for election headquarters. It's right there.
Beautiful there.
It's a beautiful shot. All right, so let's go straight to the comments that we have. And all right, we're actually on the wrong.
Okay, so whilst you try to get that ready, let me check some messages on WhatsApp. And this is from Andy from Nkoko. He says, I don't need to watch it at all. I've made up my mind to go under the umbrella already. And that's coming from Andy from Nkoko. This one is from No Name Attached. He says the absence of the major parties and the controversy surrounding the organizers' credibility took the shine out of the debate. I wasn't encouraged to watch. And it's from Ajwa from Kanda. And this one says from Barima Kwabaji from Jinjine, he says it's really because the 3 who attended won't make any impact in the upcoming elections. It's a 2-horse race. The absence of the NDC and NPP took the shine away. And this is from Barima Kwabaji from Jinjine. And this one from Nana Kwame. He says, Aisha, honestly, I think Ghana should emulate the US and make political terrain a 2-party political. Okay, I think you want to say, we should make it a 2 political party state. And because these people who debated yesterday made me sleep, they did not excite me with their policies. I just dozed off. And it's from Nana Kwame from London. Let's hear what people are saying on Facebook.
Right, Raymond Newton says, I watched the debate with mixed feelings. Indum was marvelous, but I felt the absence of JM and Nanado because they are the drivers of the election. We needed to hear them. In Tachi says, it was good but strange how Nanado managed to swerve of being put into proofs about his promises was so strange. I thought it was the right time for him to tell us how he was going to fulfill his gargantuan promises. I will pardon Mahama because we saw him speak on GTV presidential encounter. Andrew Akwete says, I don't need to watch. I have made up my mind who to vote for. Apana Charles says, yeah, it does, but there is nothing worth talking about it. And Judicial says, I enjoyed it when Dr. Indum undressed JM naked in his absence. Really?
Well, I'll be moving on to my next issue, but I have a host of welcomes coming for me. Aisha, you're welcome. This is from who? Edwin from Tadi. Rita is also welcoming me. A lot of welcome. Thank you so much. I miss you guys a lot. Now, exactly 2 weeks from now, the presidential and parliamentary polls will have ended. And the question we're asking, but there are concerns, though, that whether or not there has been enough public education on the electoral processes. And what I need you to tell me is any 3 key steps you need to follow when you get to the polling station on December 7th. You should be able to do that. It's a few days away.
When you wake up in the morning, you take your ID card, you go to the polling station, you join the queue if there is. You make sure you don't stand behind or anywhere, you just join the queue. After that, when you go to the polling agent, they give you a paper, you make sure they have the signature of the EC. If there is not, you make sure you request for a stamp so that they will stamp the paper. Then they will put an ink on your hand, but you make sure that ink doesn't stain the paper that you're having. If there is a stain, the paper will be rejected.
I get my voter's ID card, and I'll make sure I'm not wearing any party colors. I mean, that's very important. No party colors. Now repeat, no party colors. I just go patiently to the polling station. I join the queue. I wait patiently for my turn. I get my ballot papers, which I'll ensure that they are stamped. They have the EC's stamped on them. I cast my votes first for the presidential and then for the parliamentary. And then I leave patiently to my house. After 5 p.m., I come back and then I witness the counting and the declaration as well.
Okay, I think in casting your vote, you should be responsible for whatever you are doing. So you know you have to have your ID card, and then you get to the polling station. You have to do all the check-ins, the stamp, and then your name, maybe possibly your signature, your image, and all those things. So you have to get to the place that you have to cast your vote, and then you check for your stamp, whether the paper has been stamped, and then you have an ink on your hand, and then you make sure you put it on the right place where you're supposed to put it for the vote to be valid.
Well, first thing that I need to ensure that I have my voter's ID with me, go to the polling station, and then be identified as the right person to vote. And then when I've been identified as the right person, I move to the next EC officer to take me to the next step or procedure, and then ensure that I get the ballot paper to check to see if it corresponds to the standardized ballot paper to cast my vote. And so I will check if it has been stamped or if it has been authenticated by the EC. If not, then I will then have to make a request of the right form to be given to me. And then once it's properly done, I move to the next step where I have to go cast my vote for the presidential and then come back for the parliamentary ballot paper and then do so as well.
Yeah, quite interesting. I mean, people know what to do on that day.
Yeah,
Let's see what people are saying on Facebook. I'm sure there will be some interesting. Okay, so whilst we try to get that ready, let me take a few comments on WhatsApp. Emmanuel from Kotobabi, he says, wake up, point one. He says, wake up at dawn and book your standing position in the queue with a stone. And then point two, he says, go get your ID card. And then point three, rehearse the name of my preferred candidate, lest I forget. And that's from Emmanuel. Emmanuel, do you have to rehearse? I mean, you should know the number. And
no,
then
just the face is going to be there on the ballot paper.
And
when
the
you
number,
go,
if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you go point it. You don't need to rehearse the name. Would you mention the name to anybody? Okay, and this is from Matthew from Banda. He says there's no enough education to, and the NCE must be blamed for this. Okay, that's what he's saying. And this one says, I think the NCC must step up the education to reduce the number of rejected ballots, and it's from Abeko in Techuman.
Yeah. So it was Emmanuel who said he wants to rehearse the name.
Yes.
I mean, please don't rehearse, because otherwise you'll be walking to the polling station, you'll be saying, you'll be repeating it. I almost said something. You'll be repeating it. But that's against the law. You can't do that on election day. Now, Stephen Appiah on Facebook says, all I know is to put my thumb on my candidate to change this government. Asan Daniel Kofi Adia says, 1, checking of ID and name in the register. 2, verification by your fingers by the biometric machine. 3, being given the ballot papers to vote. Raymond Newton says, Abego, what is on Miss G's head? I laugh enter December 7. Oh. What is on Miss G's head?
What is there?
Not even sure what they're talking about. Okay, Kafui says, check my name, be verified and be marked with ink before I take the presidential ballot paper. Tete says, when we reach the bridge, we shall cross. Andrew says, I will just look for the umbrella. And Emmanuel says, not necessary. Okay?
Right. Collins from Somenya says, you check your name in the register with your ID card, followed by indelible ink, and then go for the present ballot paper and vote. Okay, I think you would vote before the indelible ink. Okay, you get the ink before you vote. Okay, that's right. That's correct, and it's good to do that. And this one is from Luis. He says there's a clash between, okay, Asin youth and their chief in the central region. If care is not taken, will affect the car. Okay, we'll check on that, and then we'll bring you updates. Adjoa from Kanda says, join the queue when it's your turn. Ensure the ballot box is endorsed by EC stamp behind. Cast my vote and leave peacefully. Yes, do so. Cast your vote and leave peacefully. From Julius. Okay, let me take my last one. He says, it's just simple. I look for the umbrella on the ballot paper and vote for JM. Well, those are some of your comments coming. And finally, it may be a crazy question, but I want to ask you, would you break the laws to save a loved one? And to what extent would you do that?
I didn't say I will break the law. Because if you say you love the person, you should first of all make sure the person doesn't commit a crime. Because to the best of my knowledge, what I know is that when someone breaks the law, someone goes against the things of the law, that is a crime. You don't have to go to maybe court or something in defense because the person is your loved one to give a decision or to give a witness that is false in order to release the person. When you do that, it's a crime on its own. So I wouldn't say I will go to an extent to break the law. If you say you love the person, I think the best way is, even biblically, the person should be corrected.
Well, I would break the law because since I have the relationship with the person, the kind of relationship I've built with the person, I don't want the person to be left alone. The person might think that I don't love him or her. So it's better I defend him or her so that he or she would know that I really love her. That's it. That's why I would break the law.
Assuming you get to court and you have to defend someone who happens to be even your wife, and then you're defending the person against maybe a case of murder, you defend the person and then you happen to give a false witness because the person is your wife. If you are not careful, you might even be arrested there, and after that you might not even get the chance to even have that affection or fellowship again. You might maybe see yourself in prison.
If I love you, I don't care whatever extent that I go. to do anything for you, because I love you. I don't want to lose you, not at all. So whatever that we built, we'll make sure we do everything together.
Interesting comments. Israel, would you break the law to save a loved one?
Yes.
To show your love?
Yeah. The person has to be really loved, then yes, I'll do that.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Tete says, yes, and unapologetically, I will not hesitate. I have absolutely no moral ambiguity on this because I can. It is that simple. Not all laws are just. Lawmakers did not foresee every situation when making the laws. State is not going to protect you in all circumstances, and many states are completely failed states. It is better to pay the price of breaking a law rather than seeing your loved one suffering a misery that they do not deserve. Kwesi Boating says, break the law and save the loved one, and when you find yourself at the wrong side of the law, it is then that you know that that person doesn't care about you one bit. It is because in our part of the world, laws don't work up to perfection. That's why a person may even think of breaking it.
Emmanuel Debra from Kumasi Patasi says, I will break the law to save my love, because that's the meaning of real love. Love is all about sacrifice. Really, lover boy? Right, this is from who? Emmanuel Opon. Says there must be an astute education by the parties. Okay, he's still talking about education leading to 2016 elections. And if Johan from Banda, he says, I will not break the law but save him through the law. What if there's no way through the law? What would you do? And those are some of your messages. Get my vote. Okay, he's still talking about education. The final one I want to read, it says, if you love someone, it doesn't mean you should break the law. You may be affected. Right. So let's check the picture of the day.
All right, so here's this image, and probably somebody's supposed to be drawing the girl. You're having a conversation with the girl, and then it says, you're a good artist, okay, can you draw me? And then they draw this girl. This is a photo. Draw the girl, and the girl looks this way. What do you think is going to happen to the guy? I mean, this bears no resemblance at all to the girl.
This is sheer wickedness. This is wickedness, really. And that's where we draw the curtains for Journeys Interactive. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Good to see you again. Have a great evening.
Yeah.